people under the stairs. I'm gonna stare you in the face.
Hello and welcome to Check Your Back Seat, the show where we discuss all things horror. Horror books, movies, video games, comics, TV shows. Basically, if it bleeds, we talk about it. I'm your host, Karson Broughton, and I'm joined, as always, by my first favorite and only co-host, the guy who would rather make love on tour in the White House than in a giant chicken pot pie, Mr. Matt Peters.
Why would why would anyone want to have sex in a chicken pot pie?
I don't know. Like, wouldn't it be hot? Like, isn't that hot coming out of the oven? That's like burning.
Yeah. And it doesn't say that it could be a chicken pot pie in the oven.
Maybe like if you were just on the crust of the chicken pot pie, and that could be nice and soft underneath the crust. But
yeah, no, I'd rather do it in the White House. Obama would see me and he'd be like, "Damn, you're a good dude."
I'm sure that's the first thing he would say if he saw you banging someone in the White House.
Oh, God.
I wonder what would happen if you were having sex in the White House. Like, do you think they'd, like, pull a gun on you? Or would they
probably.
Would they touch you? Like, if you were straight up naked banging someone in the White House, would they, like, be able to grab you and stuff?
I'm pretty sure they'd call it domestic terrorism and you'd be sent to Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo Bay.
I'm not Cuban.
That'd be weird. Oh man, I want to see that story on CNN sometimes. In current events,
I saw someone doing the deed at the legislative in Saskatchewan. There.
Oh yeah,
that was disgusting. Yeah, and there's cops and stuff. Yeah, it was some children saw. Pretty dirty.
In breaking news. Someone is currently banging a chick, doggy style, in the White House. I don't even think you can get in the White House for like a tour. How would you do that?
Yeah, there is. Haven't you watched Olympus Has Fallen?
Oh, with
Channing Tatum or Gerard Butler, whatever.
No, I never did get to watch that. I heard it was like the best live action South Park movie ever made, though, so I was interested.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, should we go take a look at what we have in our back seat?
Yeah, let's look what's back there.
Let's take a peek.
Yep. See what we're doing.
So this is the part of the show where we stay alive because instead of going down to the basement on a dark and stormy night, we choose to grab the car keys, walk outside, open the door, look in the back seat, make sure there's no ghoulies there, and drive away from all the murder and mayhem. So, Matt, what do you have in your back seat these past few days?
Well, I watched The Revenant. It was pretty good. You had a really good recommendation. I really liked it. Yeah, I really enjoyed the survival. Like, I know my brother watched it and he seemed to think that it was pretty slow, but I was in it the whole entire time watching it, and it was pretty fun.
Yeah, dude, that horse shit. Oh, fuck, that's spoilery.
Like, you're talking about the chase scene?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, whatever. Like, it was in the trailer, so everyone knew about it.
Yeah, the trailer for this movie gave a lot of shit away,
mm-hmm. Yeah, I know it did, yeah. Like, I really liked that scene, though. It was pretty badass, and, like, Leonardo DiCaprio's on a horse, and he's fighting off people, and, yeah, no, it was a great movie, and there's, like, multiple bad guys in it, too. Like, it's not just cowboys versus Indians, it's the French, the Americans. It was really well done. I guess we're going to find out tonight if Leo gets the acting award, but I thought he did a very good job.
Yeah, it was. I could see how it's boring because, I mean, he's really playing like the tortured role kind of the whole time. He's like, "Look at me, like shitty." But I agree. I was just even like on a technical level. I was like, "How the hell did they do all this?" Like some of the shot, like that the little battle at the end, like they never cut. Like it was just like one never-ending take. It was crazy.
Yeah, I know. Like I was the beginning where there's that big battle at the beginning. I remember my brother was like, "This is crazy. This is one continuous shot.
Yeah,
like
that was crazy.
people are running everywhere, and like that was the cinematography in the show was beautiful.
Yeah,
and yeah, like I get it with Leo. He's sort of I'm hurt all the time, but like he's a revenant, right? So revenant is someone that dies and comes back to exact revenge, right?
Yeah,
so,
I googled the definition of that word because I was not sure before.
There was a sweet movie that was called The Revenant 4 years ago, and it had to deal with this sort of the same thing, but they turned into like zombies basically. It was really well done too.
Cool.
Yeah. What's in your backseat?
Yesterday I watched the Eli Roth's newest movie came out on Blu-ray, the Green Inferno, which I hadn't really heard much about. Like I was aware it was like some like cannibal tribe movie. So I was like, whatever, it's Eli Roth, I'll check it out. Didn't do a whole lot for me. Like it has some crazy scenes in it. Like the subject matter at the start was sort of interesting. Like it was kind of about like taking action and like standing up for causes and like, you know, like paying people fair wages, and the protecting the tribe is obviously the big one. So basically they go and they're going to stop these construction workers from chopping down a bunch of trees and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then a bunch of stuff happens and they ended up being taken by this tribe of cannibal like headhunters, and that's kind of the whole premise of the movie. And like it took a turn at the start where basically I thought it looked like it was going to be set up to kind of be a Hostel like movie where, you know, like there's this little organization that's kind of like fucking people over sort of, or like tricking people, and like everyone's kind of like they got pockets in the police and all of that.
Yeah.
But it ends up really not being that. And so it gets kind of upset by that. It's just, I don't know, without getting into spoilers, it started out like kind of interesting, and just as it went on, they just started doing more and more stupid shit, and I was like, this isn't me. Like, it was kind of like violent for violence sake at times, and they're just parts that didn't make sense, and then there was some really out of place jokes, and if the main character was hard to like too. Like she wasn't, she was like kind of almost like rewarded throughout for being dumb, and like she was like less likable at the end than at the start. Is maybe if you check it out sometime, I'm sure you probably will. You like Eli Roth. We can talk about it more. Basically, you kind of got to get into spoilers to do any more on it. But the Green Inferno wasn't the best. It was kind of a Green Inferno of shit.
Are they missionaries, or what are they doing in that?
No, they're like university kids, basically. Well, that's what they are. They're college students. And they fly down to this, I can't remember. I think somewhere in South America for the weekend, basically, to do this little thing where they're going to tie themselves up to the trees and stop the construction workers from tearing down the forest with this ancient race of people in it. Crazy
university students, eh?
Yeah.
Like I don't know, like we were talking about this before, but I'm not a big fan of Eli Roth. I know he's like one of the heads of horror, but other than that Thanksgiving trailer he did and Cabin Fever, I don't really have much like for his movies. Yeah, but I want to check out this one, though.
And I think that's the problem is like for some reason everyone thinks that we have to watch these movies because it's one of his movies, but like they're not that good. And like I know he has a little style and like he's got his own thing going on. I don't know. It wasn't that great, I didn't think. But
and this movie's been like hyped up for a long time. Like this trailer's been coming out for the last like 4 years, I swear.
Yeah, like, it feels like forever. Mm-hmm. Maybe too, like Bone Tomahawk it was longer, but like it just felt like a way more gratifying movie, and it kind of touched on the same-ish things.
Yeah.
There's a bit of variation, but yeah. I'd say watch Bone Tomahawk and skip The Green Inferno if you haven't seen either.
Nice.
Cool. Well, what do you say we jump into our featured movie of the week?
Let's go see Grandma.
Every day it's a getting close.
Are you holding my camera properly? Swerve, girl.
Stop, both of you!
Yours will surely come.
Hi, Mom. My parents asked if their grandchildren could visit them for a week.
Here we are. This is where our mom grew up. I've wanted to spend time with you for so long.
Miss you guys!
Mom, we're having a great time.
I have not seen your Nana this happy in years. Bedtime here is 9:30. It's probably best you two shouldn't come out of your room after that. See you in the morning.
9:30? 9:30. What is that? It's 10:47. We think there's someone outside the door. What the hell was that?
And that is from the trailer of M. Night Shyamalan's The Visit, a movie about a brother and a sister who get sent away to Grandma and Grandpa's house for a week, but Grandma and Grandpa aren't all that they appear to be, I guess. Matt, what did you think of The Visit?
Well, this was a redemption movie for me, I think. Like M. Night Shyamalan's sort of been shit in the bed with movies in his last 2 or 3, maybe? I don't know. Whenever he started doing The Happening, that one was just horrible. And I liked a lot of his other movies, like Signs. I liked Lady in the Water, even though a lot of people didn't like it.
I like Lady in the Water, too.
Yeah, it was neat. It was like a sort of a fairy tale play type thing. But this was a really good movie, and it's not like, it almost feels like an indie movie to me and how it's shot. Like, I guess, yeah, it's like a found footage or whatever, doc style.
Kind of like half and half.
Yeah, like it was very good. I went in this movie thinking, he's gonna fumble the ball again with this one, but he made it to the end zone. He got the touchdown with this baby. Hopefully this is his way up, and he starts making the better movies like he was in the past with Sixth Sense and all that stuff. But
awesome, yeah. So like I said before, this was my second time watching it, so I kind of already knew what was going on going into it, and also the reason why we didn't have a kill count. And the other reason was that I screwed up and thought American Horror Story would somehow have magically been finished by the time we got to this episode. But I guess being sober for an episode's okay too.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I love this movie. I love the setup right away. Like, kind of have they explain the characters. We have the brother who's fucking hilarious.
He's really good.
And then the sister, you have kind of like the smarty pants of the family, and then single mom sending the kids away. Like, that was all great. And then pretty soon you start to see that these characters aren't like they got more dimensions to them. Like, the brother's struggling with stuff, basically all around the dad leaving is kind of what it all stems from. The sister struggles with stuff, and the grandparents, like, the moment you meet them, like, it just, something feels off, and you can sort of explain it away, and it just keeps building and building and gets more tense and more tense, and you're sitting there and you don't know whether, like, this is too fucked up, and they're like offering you these like scientific explanations for everything, and you're like, yeah, I guess that seems legit. Like, and it's just crazy, and the acting is unreal. Like, that, the Nana in this, holy really good shit. Yeah. Like, on it, like, just turning on a dime, like, from like happy to sad to laughing to terrifying. Like, is just crazy. Yeah, the only downside I had is the ending. We can talk about that more in spoilers. I don't know. I don't have much more to say if you wanted to jump into spoilers.
Well, yeah, like the performances were spot on. Like everyone did beautifully. Yeah, just to emphasize your point there, I loved this movie was good.
Yeah, I loved how they would. So the sister's recording a movie, like making a little documentary out of this vacation is kind of the point. She wants to make a gift for her mom that shows her that
The elixir.
her Nana forgives her. Yes, the elixir. Basically, the mom and the grandparents got in a fight and never spoke again. And so she wants to make this movie, and like they're doing, she'll explain type of filmmaking technique to her brother. Like they have like mise en scène, visual tension, ironic scoring, and then after that, the movie's doing these techniques, like emphasizing these techniques that they're talking about in the movie.
Yeah.
So like the visual tension, then you have that scene where they're running around under the house, like the grandma's kind of trying to catch them crawling all scary like, and you have the ironic scoring. She like edits in, she's like, see, this is ironic scoring. And we have a couple instances in the movie where they're using ironic scoring. Like it was just so cool. Like so just, it just felt really well put together.
And that's one thing that played with my mind too, was like, is this the edited version of the movie, or is this like they died and they found the camera and this is what they're seeing, right? Like I didn't know.
Yeah, I was kind of going with like, okay, like that's what I was telling myself when I was getting worked up. I'd be like, okay, we have this footage, like hopefully this means that they survive, because like they're interspersing it with the kids, like it's not all found footage. So you're like, okay, like they're probably alive because they're recording more still, you know? Mm-hmm. So like it's just, I really liked this movie. I liked the twist caught me so off guard. I had like, and it's something so obvious after it happens, but like,
yeah, it
caught me so off guard. And watching it a second time, like there's so many hints at it, but like, it's just, it's so well thought out. It worked for me on so many levels, except just the ending.
Yeah, the twist got me because I wanted there to be a different ending, if that makes sense. Like I wanted the ending to be different. When the twist happened, I was like, whatever. Like this is good, but I wish it was different.
Yeah, well, how about we jump into some spoiler talk here?
Yeah, let's do that.
Spoiler talk. Does whatever a spoiler can do.
Spoiler.
Did Snape kill Dumbledore? Or did he not? I don't know. Who got shot? Look out. Here comes the spoiler talk. All right. Well, I totally lost my train of thought making that jingle up. So, the twist is the grandparents aren't actually their grandparents. So you didn't like that twist?
Well, no, like, I don't know. For me, I wish it was like supernatural. You know, like when the grandma's chasing them underneath the floor, it almost looks like she's like a demon or something. You know, like she's like, or
because like demons crawl. It's kind of became a typical thing, I think, right?
Yeah, and so like it almost looked like she was not human. Well, like obviously they couldn't get that old person to do that because she'd probably get hurt. But or like it just didn't look. It looked like she was a demon. So I was like, yeah, they're gonna be some sort of like cult people that want their children to sacrifice to keep them whatever. And like, yeah, there were hints that they were actually just psychotic people that broke out of the psychic ward, right?
Yeah, like, see, I liked it, and I think it's kind of like Shyamalan's thing is sort of sometimes he'll ground stuff a little more in reality. Maybe I could just be imagining instances wrong too, but because it's like, holy shit, like this could happen to my grandparents. Like, I remember after when I first saw it in theaters, like, I was looking up like sundown syndrome and incognizance or whatever the heck it is. I was like this shit's real?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine if you're, and like, what would you do? And so I'm sitting here, I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'd do if my grandma started acting like that. Cause like, you know, like grandparents are like the innocent, like give you everything you want kind of people. And in this movie, it just flips all of that on its head, and you're just like, Jesus Christ. But like, it's crazy too. Like I was mentioned earlier, how like they kind of lay out these little tidbits where they're hinting that like the real grandparents aren't there. Like no one ever, like those people that come and knock at the door, like they're always like, oh hey, like, oh yeah, are your grandparents here? Like, oh no, they're just go doing something. He's like, oh cool, like, well we missed them at the meeting the other day, but like here's a pie.
Yeah, they're conveniently just placed, right?
Yeah, and like you never see, like no one sees them on the webcam, and then like it's just, and then the reveal, like where, oh fuck, I love that reveal where she, like the mom, I don't know the actress's name, but like I thought she handled it so well. Just kind of like,
that's
those
one that
aren't your grandparents. But
that's
like,
probably the biggest gripe I have with the movie, though, is her character is Catherine Hahn, or the mom. Sorry, it doesn't specify her name, but like it seemed like she was way too animated and like trying to be your buddy. You know,
well, she was kind of like, she was a little out there. I agree, but like, I thought she was consistent. Like she was always kind of the same. I think I would have been losing my fucking. Well, maybe not. Like, because she's like, those aren't your grandparents. Like, where's grandma and grandpa? You know, like, so even that was pretty decent.
Yeah.
Fuck. I just, oh god, and like just like I just felt like I was there with them when I saw that for the first time. Where it was like, you're kind of like, she says that, and you're just like, what? Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Shit. Yeah, that's right. Like, so yeah, like my only gripe with this movie is at the end when the sister gets locked up in the room with the nana, and then they start like, she pulls the camera away from her all the time to like make you be like, oh fuck, like this is scary. But I'm like, if I'm locked in that room with psycho bitch nana, A, I'm keeping the camera on her the whole time.
Yeah.
B, that fireplace stoker that's sitting beside the door that I've looked at 4 times is in my hand. And C, when the nana crawls under the bed, why the fuck did she jump onto the bed?
Yeah.
Like, it cuts away, and then we come back, and she's on top of the bed knowing that her nana's underneath it. I'm like, what? And, like, at this point, you know that they killed you, found your dead grandparents in the basement. Like, you know that they killed them.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude... Like, even if they would have had her locked in the room with Nana, just don't have the fireplace stoker. Just have it, like, she has no weapons. Then, like, her head gets bashed against the glass. She grabs the glass, stabs grandma. Like, that's all good. That works. But, like, the fact that they showed that fireplace stoker a few times, I was just like, come on. Like, you're not looking away from her, and you'd grab that fucking thing. And then after she gets out of there, I'm like, why wouldn't you grab the weapon when you have to go face the grandpa who you've said yourself is super strong? You've seen him chopping wood. You've seen him pushing guys around. Like,
that shits his pants.
Yeah.
That was an awkward moment in this movie when he just gets up, walks away.
Slams the shit in his face.
Yeah.
I thought the first time I saw it, I thought he was going to rape the kid. I was like, oh fuck, oh fuck,
when he takes his pants off,
yeah. I was like,
this is just going to be disturbing. But luckily, he just wanted to put some poop on his face.
Just a face full of shit.
Yeah.
That doesn't taste like chicken. Dude, that rap at the end, how fucking cool is that? The little brother's rap?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was hilarious. It's just the shitty... And, like, instead of swearing, he says pop singers' names. Oh, God, it was so good. That's like, after every evening, the movie has, like, the nana doing something scary, basically. Like, that's her sundowning disease or sundown syndrome. I don't know. Then, like, after every time, like, you'd kind of have the brother makes a joke about it. Like, you know, like, after they see her, like, running around with their hands behind her back down the hall, like, the next day, they're, like, walking out in the woods. He's like, hey, guess who I am? And starts, like, imitating her. Like, oh.
Yeah. It's like my eyes are burned.
Yeah, it was so funny. That ending is hilarious.
Like, I wonder how many takes they'd had to do with this. Like, the actors seem really good. considering their age, right? Like, I was never disbelieving them at all.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome.
So much fun. Yeah, it's like complete character arcs too. Like you see the brother finally like he breaks free of his like freezing issue, and then you have the sister at the end while the brother's rapping. She's looking at herself in the mirror, like doing her makeup, and the only thing is the other kind of minor issue. Well, it's not an issue, but it's like if I'm these kids and the mom tells me that, oh, I actually knew the whole time that I could have grandma and grandpa back in my life. Like it wasn't actually bothering me. I just didn't want to go talk to them. Like she explains at the end. She's like,
yeah,
they said that I could come back. I'd be like, bitch, you fucking almost got us killed because you didn't tell me this shit. Like,
yeah, no, like I guess what she's trying to say is like trying to not demonize the parents, right? The grandparents, because at the beginning she's like, you just talk to them, they'll explain it. And she's like basically demonized them to that point, and then she thinks that, oh, my kids need closure. So it was, I was forgiven already. I just had to reach out, and she was too, whatever you call it, into herself.
Yeah. Was there any do you have any moments that stuck with you? Like any super scary parts?
Well, like that's the thing. Like this movie did scare me for how like it was a jump. They're all jump scares,
dude. Really, I thought like there are jump scares, but like can you clean the oven for me?
Yeah,
like that shit's scary. Oh, come on, get right on in there.
Yeah,
like laughing at the wall, like in her rocking chair, just like laughing hysterically, and then like freezes the second like the girl gets there. Then tries to like suffocate herself. Like everything's like, I guess it's a little jumpy because like it's so like just rash. Like I don't know, but and then like there were jump scares though too. Sorry, to cut you off.
No, like my favorite jump scare was probably underneath the floors, and that's where the movie started kicking up for me. I was like, yes, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. I sort of you told me that you liked it, so I was trying to hate it, but I loved it. And that's where I wish it was supernatural. You know, like she's demonized, and then they talk about the aliens, which was a little fucked up, but yeah, no, that was awesome. And like, yeah, I turned the lights on after a few bit just because I was like, oh, I'm home alone.
Yeah, dude, like the scariest or like the biggest jump for me was that when they leave the camera out overnight and they're watching her fucking walk around.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden she starts scurrying on the ground and jumps up in front of the camera. Like, I jumped high in the theater, and I knew it was coming when I was watching it again today, and I was still, like, looking away from the TV during that part. Because, like, fuck, I can't deal with that. That is crazy. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's not on my top 10 list, but, like, it's...
Like, all-time or last year?
Like, probably, like, last year. Let's say last year.
I don't think...
No, but, like, well, I guess, like, maybe last year would be on the top 10, but let's just say, like, I don't know. It's not one of my 50 favorite movies.
Dude, I think I like this more than Signs.
Signs is just good because I was young and watched it.
Yeah, I think this
is more of, like, for me, like, I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing that M. Night Shyamalan, like, the stuff he did before wasn't a fluke, and he can actually direct and write good movies again, and I'm hoping it's sort of like a beacon of light for me that he can start going back that way and doing some crazy shit again.
I think this is my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like, there's not... He doesn't have the strongest filmography in the world, but... Well,
Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs, in The Village were all pretty...
I didn't like The Village at all. But I went into it thinking it was going to be something different. So maybe if I revisited that, I'd have a different opinion on it. Sixth Sense, I was too young probably to appreciate that when it came out, because that twist was... Well, it's like one of the most iconic, like, twists ever.
Yeah.
But this is definitely in that ballpark and far more memorable for me than any of his other movies.
But can you imagine Unbreakable coming out right now? Like, that movie would be the biggest hit ever.
Yeah, true.
Like,
and it doesn't get as much attention. Yeah, I'd have to watch that again.
It was like it was a superhero movie before there were superhero movies. Like, it was amazing. And I'm like, it sucks that they didn't make a sequel to it, but the sequel might have diminished the original, so it might be good that they didn't.
Yeah. Like, like you said, it's been a lot of crappy movies from them of late, so
Yeah.
once those expectations get so low, like, it makes it easier for a movie to, like, blow your mind. But I think watching it twice and, like, still just being this, like, into it as I was, I think it's safe to say, like, it's right up there. So
Yeah.
definitely recommend it.
Well, and I didn't realize this too, but he directed an episode of Wayward Pines. It was actually, and he like, that was really good too. I didn't realize that he directed that, but
Yeah, that's why I
also
asked
very
you
good
about it
series.
the other day.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, what do you say? You got anything else? Ready
No.
to close the casket on the episode?
Let's throw Grandma and Grandpa in the ground.
Or in the basement?
In the basement, yeah.
That's shitty. Dude,
Yeah.
our basement in Abbey, did you ever see that?
Like
In
the
my
one
mom's
here.
house?
Oh yeah, that's scary as fuck.
There's like literally like a 3 feet divider kind of between the basement, like the end of the basement where the ground is, and where the wall's built, where it's just like sand and you could like put anything you want in there and no one would ever find it.
I'm pretty sure dead bodies are put in there.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised.
This is a hospital, right?
Yeah. Anyways, after that tangent, let's go put this episode 6 feet under. All right, that's almost it for this episode of Check Your Back Seat. But before we go, we have to do our kill count for next episode, which, as you reminded me during the break, we're going to have 2 kill counts on the go. So we have the one for American Horror Story, the last 2 episodes. Do you remember what we said for that even?
I think I said 13 and you said 12.
Oh yeah, a little you. And then we will be discussing next week, or next episode, Wes Craven's dun, 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 The People Under the Stairs, which, believe it or not, I don't even really know that much about, which is kind of embarrassing to admit, other than the DVD cover, or the movie cover, the poster. And
Yeah, I've never seen this movie at all.
yeah. So I will give you an advantage, and I will pick first this time.
Okay.
You sent me the rules. I'm looking them over. I might make a couple edits. Hopefully, we'll reveal them next episode, probably for sure. We were thinking whoever gets to 7 first could be the winner of this first round of the kill count.
Yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. We'll hopefully reveal these rules shortly. But until then, I am going to go with, I'll say 6.
6. I'm going 5.
I was going to say 5 at the start too. All right. Okay, so yeah, that's Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs. Matt has 5 kills. Karson has 6. And you can look forward to the official rules next episode.
The Constitution.
The Constitution of the Kill Count. Or Kill Count Constitution, I think is what you titled it. So yeah, do you like this episode? Do you want to hear more episodes? You can check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes. Subscribe, like us, give us great reviews. That'd be all awesome. You can find me on Twitter. I am at Karson Broughton. That's Karson with a K. Braaten. And you, Matt?
And you can catch me at Peter's Agro.
Peter's Agro. Send us an email at checkyourbackseat@gmail.com. Let us know movies we should discuss, things you want us to get into. Maybe let us know what your kill count is or something. We're hoping to get something going with the community to get everyone involved in the kill counts. So stay tuned for that. So come back next time. Let's talk about Wes Craven's The People Under the Stairs. And until next time, don't go away to Nana and Papa's house if you don't know what they look like.
Because they might be evil.